Here's my '06 Sportster again. Since last year, did a couple things to change it up a little bit. Finally got around to getting rid of the clip-ons, and I found a private seller who I believe, I'm not certain, made these Z-bars by hand. They're 8-inch black Z-bars. I actually wanted chrome, but I couldn't find the specs I wanted. They only have like 2-inch pullback. They're really short. I think they're 26 inches total width, and they're really skinny. Cleaned up some wires under the tank, but I wasn't really trying to. I had a mess going on, so I just kind of fixed that up a little bit. Painted the engine black, painted the exhaust black, and I got around to finally adding a kick-up fender in the back. It's like a Sportster bobtail style fender. It's not original Harley or anything. I cut it in half, sanded all the paint off, let it rust up a little bit, which is what I wanted. Added a 48 seat, got rid of that homemade seat I made a while ago, didn't like it. The fender was pretty hard to mount, because what I did was I had to mount it to the stock tab underneath the seat here, but then I went and got the thread size for these shock bolts and ran bolts from the inside of the fender to threads on the inside of the frame where the shock bolt goes through, and it worked out really well. It was a pretty big pain. Plan was to have full tins on it, and I had a front fender idea, but it didn't really work out the way I wanted it to, so I never wound up repainting it like I was going to. I couldn't really part with that chameleon spray paint job I did on it a while back. I also got a DK Customs coil relocation. Got rid of the chintzy one I had rigged up a while ago. It's a pretty nice product. Had to cut the wires to length, and kind of like a learning process, but it's pretty easy. The original plan was to internally wire these Z-bars, but I couldn't do it for the life of me. I probably had, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours invested in it, struggling, got pissed off, couldn't do it. So what I did was I got rid of all the wires. I retained the stock wire for the front brake light. That's all I got going on. You can't really see it. And what I did was down here, here's my trip, because my Speedo on the Customs, it was separate like this. Here's a on-off toggle start button. Here's a high beam, low beam, and that's it. I don't have a horn anymore, and I was gonna do a horn, but I couldn't find another momentary switch at the auto parts store, and I haven't had blinkers in like 4 years, so don't need switches for those. I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty strange going from clip-ons to Z-bars. It's pretty awkward, but it's neat, and you kind of outgrow things, you know. So been meaning to do this for a long time, and I was afraid of, I didn't have to change anything on the front end. Stock brake line I'm using, clutch cable. I guess the wires probably would, well, I don't know if the wires would have reached or not. I didn't use them, so I didn't have to replace anything in the front. I just got the bars, and I got some black Coke bottle grips that are kind of neat. And the mirrors previously on this bike were bent to clear my old 4.5 gallon tank, so I got these black mirrors on eBay off a night train. So they're not bent, and they have a few chips, but they look okay. And I'll show you how I start it. Come around here, and I have my on-off switch, and down is on, and then you come over here, here's your momentary switch. It starts like that. that's it. That's how it is now. See you guys.